Hello, it's Michael. Welcome to week 3. So this week we started a first step on finishing the first assignment, and it is the foundation for everything we're going to do from now on. And just to remind you, we're still at the very, very bottom of this pyramid, and we're going to try to work our way up in a way that makes sense. And we're going to learn techniques, but we're also, it's important to understand some fundamentals. And one of the fundamentals is the design of a data model. And a data model is beyond most of you. Many of you maybe have never worked with a data model. So I'm trying to introduce it in a way that's as understandable as possible, because as an information architect, that data is your foundation. So imagine architecture in general. So you would build a foundation, and your building will depend upon that foundation. In a sense, there's no way to move upwards into any kind of value or to do something of interest without having a foundation. And especially for this course, one thing that's important is to have a topic that is vast. And that's why we started here with Twitter or X. Twitter X is really just everyone in the world's text messages. There's no particular organization to it. And that's why in a week or so, we're going to see how did it actually catch on? How did anyone actually use Twitter to locate or find something? And you tried that. You tried to find things, and most likely by searching for a topic, but the words that you used would have to have been present in the actual message that somebody sent, and that someone could be anyone. And so I wanted to get you used to the concept of other things, such as who said it, and or where was it said, or what date was it said. And many of you also went with how much people liked what was said, which is fine, but that's just to let you know that's week 9 when we figure out, like, what does an individual's opinion mean about this data isn't going to come for quite a while. So while you might be tempted to want to jump right there, please do not. Now, I went through and looked and just commented in general on what you guys did, but it was still to understand these other fields, because when you picked a topic, I know there's some fields in here that are important. Almost every movie, for example, has a title, but it certainly has lots of other data that could be considered really important and will be important in terms of organization, because that's what we're going to start doing. We're going to figure out, how do we organize this stuff? And for the moment, I'm seeing another thing that happens in this class, which is a particular pattern starts and then it keeps getting repeated. I personally like this preview style with this text underneath better than this link style. And I understand that Miro can be a little bit funny that way, that it might not always do the preview, and that's fine. So I see the little link down here. I'm going to mention one more time. Please be sure you are sharing the particular panel that says share with anyone, because there's nothing particularly private about this. But it's hard to keep negotiating and giving feedback if I can't get access to it or nobody else can see it. We're also using Airtable for well, many reasons. One big reason is, remember, they're information architects too. So they're helping you organize something, which I think is fun. You'll see we'll use a lot of these tools. It's also virtual, which I like as well, meaning you could submit the URL right now to Canvas. And I'm going to remind everyone, you do submit these things to Canvas. We use Mural only for feedback. And that also is one thing. If you're going to submit something for feedback on Monday night, Tuesday is off, right? This is Tuesday when I'm recording this. So don't expect much feedback. Maybe you get it from somebody else, but not me. So Monday is really, really almost too late to get good feedback and actually be able to use the feedback. And I hope that everyone understands I am trying my best to help you along. Some of chosen topics that I think are fine, even some that I mention right here, those are fine topics because there's a lot of them. I would love a topic that could have millions of records. So if you think of restaurants, the other maybe realization that you'll come to this coming week, and let's just go there right now. Go ahead, by the way, in where are we? Week 3. If you wish for feedback, go ahead and submit the link again and ask and just mention me and say, hey, is this ready to go? Many of you asked, hey, is this good for the assignment? I'm looking for a lot of descriptive fields. I'm not necessarily looking for a million rows, but I would like the topic to have a a potential amount that large. Not all topics can be like that. So consider a corner store. There's only so many products in that store, and you choose each product. That isn't an information architect's job, right? That's curation. That's just saying, hey, these things are better than the others. We want volume because the secret to the world we live in is that people have found you don't actually need that much more data fields in your database to cover huge amounts of topics. If you're talking about restaurants in a particular town, you only need a few more fields such as address and country code, and you can have restaurants anywhere in the world. And that's what many of you may have seen when you were getting some of this data. IMDb, for example, has every movie ever made, let's say, but it only presents you with some of those movies. So we do want a big topic. If you're having trouble with that, just I'm here to help. That's what I'm here to do. Um, I would like you to think, and you are starting to think a little bit about like, what's the point? I would like to know, do you have any ideas? And many of you already said what you want to achieve in the end, but this is just a teaser for the next, in a couple of weeks, we're going to add some things that help somebody do something with your data. But I'd like you to make sure there is something that can be done with it that isn't personal. Remember, this is also, you're making this for other people as an architect. You're usually not making it for yourself. Now, I'm also doing a couple of questions here that have a different format. I'll let you see how this works, that there's different formatting choices in Mural, but this week's is pattern. We're talking about pattern. So right above data, we've already moved out is, what is it that if every element, every record in your database is unique, that's bad, because how then do you organize it, right? It's very challenging, and I do have a video on this if you'd like to watch it, but also it's covered in the readings, and yeah, it's all about the ideas that I also kind of outline here as well as in the module. So a little bit to do this week, and also another one of my favorite topics, which we'll actually be doing this many weeks, is hierarchy. What's more important than another thing? So this is starting to use your IA skills, and that's week 3. Any questions, just let me know. Please share, and as I said, mention me. I might not see it if you don't ask for my help, but I'm here to make sure that it's easy for you moving forward. Thanks.